You know, they say the gray days mean you appreciate the sunny days more. So when the
Yeah,
sun
I
comes,
think
we are
so.
really going to love it. We're
I
ready.
know. Unfortunately, that's not really in this forecast.
Okay.
But you know, we'll get some sun, and I think if we get even just a little bit, it makes us feel like it was earlier in the week. So we'll take our positives where we can get them. So today was actually a little bit warmer than it was yesterday. So at about this time yesterday, a lot of us were only in the upper 40s for our temperatures, but right now 54 degrees in Portland, 54 in Wiscasset, a little bit chillier along down East Maine because that's where we saw the most cloud cover throughout the day today. But the entire state did see a lot of clouds throughout the entire day. We did start to see a couple of breaks of sunshine late in the afternoon, and in fact, a lot of us will actually clear out overnight tonight, but by the time we get to tomorrow, our clouds will be coming back. So not super helpful, but better than nothing. Now, we did kind of have two different areas of showers that we saw today. The ones in Aroostook County have moved out of our area at this time, but this little area of showers right by the Lakes region, right along the border between areas in New Hampshire and Maine, these have been hanging tough for much of the day. In fact, they're going to continue really for the next few hours, but by the time we get to early tomorrow morning, most of us are going to be drying out until we get into the weekend. So overnight tonight, I mentioned how a lot of us are actually going to lose our cloud cover, so temperatures will drop down into the upper 30s in some spots and some low 40s in the warmer areas like the southern coast. And by the time we get to early tomorrow morning, I think this model is a little bit overzealous with how much sunshine we're going to see. But we will see more than we saw today, so that's some positives. It'll be a little bit cooler, temps getting into the mid to upper 50s, or a little warmer, I should say. And then once we get into the afternoon, though, a lot of that cloud cover is going to come back. Some areas of some sunshine, especially in areas like Augusta and Lewiston. A couple of showers possible, but significantly drier than what we saw today. Just still a little bit of that dreariness that's going to really stick around until we get into the weekend. Now, Saturday I do think is the better of our two weekend days. So we'll start out the morning with some clearing closer to the southern coast, some more cloud cover in areas like northern and down East Maine. And then once we get into the afternoon, we kind of get into this mix of sun and clouds throughout the day. We will see a couple of showers possible, though they'll be relatively light and scattered. We will, however, see some more showers as we get into the day on Sunday, which is why I think Saturday is the better of the 2 days. So Sunday here, once we get into the afternoon, a little bit warmer, but definitely more cloud cover than Saturday. And this model showcases our showers a little bit better. Best chance of showers is going to be central Maine and west of that, and right around midday to early afternoon. So if you have plans for Mother's Day brunch on Sunday, just keep this in mind that you might need to keep the umbrella handy. And then starting to clear out as we get into Monday. So with the exception of earlier this week, a lot of this week has been pretty cool. Temperatures below average for this time of year. That's going to continue as we get into the weekend, but then our pattern is going to flip as we get into next week. In fact, once we get to about the middle of next week, getting into the upper 60s again, maybe a couple 70s, but we'll check back in with that in a couple of days. Marine forecast sees 2 to 4 feet, water 50 degrees, so starting to warm up there on the water. So I've mentioned that over the next few days in this 7-day forecast, there's not a particular day that I think is really a standout. Either you're going to see some more cloud cover or temperatures still a little bit cooler than average. As the weekend goes, I do think Saturday is the better day. It's a little bit cooler but more sunny and less of a chance of rain. Sunday, the chance of showers, particularly in western Maine, about midday to early afternoon, but a little bit warmer. So Brian and Amanda, I don't think it's a bad 7-day forecast, but we'll take what we can get.
Yeah, all right, Dana, thank you.